All right, figure 7. I see the left triangle has 50, 60, meaning that corner 70, 50, 60, 70. Hey, all the sides, all of them are, all angles are equal. I did tell you that they are similar triangles, meaning basically we took this smaller one, put it into a copy machine, and whoop, blew it up, Xerox it, made it larger, maybe 150% larger. Maybe we multiplied by 1.5, maybe 1.6, maybe we doubled it, maybe we tripled it. We have to figure that out. And that's what we do here, knowing that these triangles are similar. Okay, so if they're similar, we're going to set up corresponding sides. Well, here's the side I'm trying to figure out, and that's between the 50 and 70. Who's between 50 and 70 over here? This side 6. So X corresponds to the 6. And that'll be the same as this side I have here, which is 8, which is between 60 and 70. 8 corresponds to, I got to find on the other triangle who's between 60 and 70. Well, it's right here, the 20. So 8 corresponds to the 20, just as the X corresponds to the 6. So what really happened is, hey, if this were 8 and this were 16, we would know everybody doubled. But we can't see it as clearly when it's 8 times what gave me 20. So we just set up this proportion and we'll get it. So here I have 20 times X, using the means extremes or the butterfly method, as you like to say, is equal to 48. 8 times 6 is 48. Divide by 20. That's going to be 2 with 8 left over, so 8/20ths, which 8/20ths, if you divide, it's going to give you 2.40, okay, $2.40, 2.4. So I know this X is of a height of 2.4. Let's do the next one. Same situation, 50, 60, 50, 60. So we know he's 70, he's 70. And it told us they were similar in the direction, so we know they're similar triangles. So I'm trying to figure out how much they blew up. Notice this side 10 that corresponds with this side 15, I multiplied by 1.5. So I know I did X times 1.5 to get to 12. I could solve it that way, but it's so much easier just to set up a proportion and say, hey, this X corresponds with this 12, because 50 to 70, 50 to 70, those are the sides that correspond to one another, as the side 10 corresponds with this side 70, 60. See, 70, 60. You got to make sure the sides correspond with one another. Now, you could, if you wanted, I can cross multiply, perfectly fine. Notice, if you wanted, notice 10/15. What does 10/15 simplify to? It's really just 2/3. That might help you on the math. And now we could just say, hey, 3x is equal to 2 times 12, 24. Divide and you get 8. If you hadn't done that and you'd left it, you would have had 15x equals 120. And when you divide, you get 8 anyway. But just giving you a little pointer there.